Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Haxen Hunt. On today's video, we are going to be comparing the materials of these two bows. So we've got carbon, it is the Hoyt Carbon RX1, up against the Hoyt Hyperforce aluminum. So aluminum versus carbon. We're going to kind of talk about the pros and the cons on what I've noticed having these two bows. So if you want to see the differences of these bows and how sturdy and durable they are, then go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, first one up for discussion is going to be the Hyperforce, the aluminum bow from Hoyt. This is a solid aluminum riser. It is honestly one of my favorite bows. This one and the Defiant were my favorite bows. So this is my wife's bow, that's why it's all decked out in pink. And it's left-handed, and it's only 40-pound draw. So I do shoot this one every once in a while for fun. But I have also owned aluminum riser bows from Hoyt, and I've honestly really enjoyed them. I love the texture on them with the so to say matte colors or whatever. This is the buckskin. It's a pretty clean color and texture, but they feel really sturdy and solid. Like, I don't feel like they add any hand vibration, and I honestly don't feel like it's that much heavier. Especially with this year's models, it's like with the carbon and the aluminum, there's not a huge difference weight-wise. So that's not going to be the biggest aspect of it. For me, mostly is the temperature of your riser. So aluminum is gonna bring in, if it's hot outside, it's gonna soak in that heat from that sun, and that aluminum riser is going to be warm to the touch, versus hunting out in the cold weather, it's gonna soak in that cold and be a cooler temperature to where you're gonna want to be wearing gloves holding it or anything like that. And for me, that's kind of the biggest aspect, and so that's actually why I bought my RX1. The carbon was to test that out and kind of see if that carbon makes a huge difference. So now let's go ahead and talk about the carbon. Swap these out. Alright, so now for the carbon, honestly, the carbon stays the exact same temperature. From my experience, like it really is warm to the touch in cold weather. So I've actually not had to wear gloves or anything while holding my bow, which has been nice. However, Utah's archery seasons are, for the most part, during the warmer months, like August and September. I did take this out in October where it was cooler. There was a little bit of snow on the ground, and you don't really have to have gloves holding it or anything. So that is really nice. The weight, yeah, it's going to be a little bit lighter. It really is. But I almost feel like this has more vibration to it. I know it's not supposed to. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can help me out and tell me why it's got more vibration. And so that's why I've always really liked the Defiant that I owned. I owned just the Defiant, the regular, can't remember every, aspect or every spec of it or anything, but that one was probably my favorite bow that I've owned. If I'm talking about the bows this year from Hoyt, the Carbon RX4 up against the Axius Alpha, The RX-4 has way more hand vibration than the Axios Alpha, and I'm not sure exactly why. Put in the comments down below why you think that the carbon is having more vibration, because it shouldn't, from however that all works engineering wise. But I will say I do love the fact that it is warm to the touch when you do hold, so that is a big plus. I like the look of the aluminum riser, the machine cut and everything. I just think it looks way cleaner, and the texture is a little bit better in my opinion, and the paint actually stays and it adheres to that aluminum a lot better than carbon. For instance, like right there, so we can get it to focus. Right here, the paint is chipping. There's a few places on this thing that it chips. This thing, it's basically like rhino lined is how I would compare it to. So anyway, that is gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Put down in the comments below and start some discussions about aluminum versus carbon, and we will continue to go throughout this debate. So anyway guys, huge thank you to all of you guys. Subscribe, like this video, and we will see you guys next time. Also, shout out Shed Crazy. I didn't really realize, but I'm wearing his hat and his shirt, so visit shedcrazy.com.